Two books in the Bible are named after women, Ruth and Esther. This volume in the Knowing the Bible study series covers both those books. They have a lot in common, actually. Both are beautiful Old Testament narratives, different sorts of narratives, but with unfolding scenes in a masterful way from beginning to end. The study delves into the text of these narratives, first Ruth and then Esther, and finds the stories of two remarkable women called by God to play key roles in the unfolding of his redemptive plan. They are remarkable women, but the books through their lives show mostly an amazing God whose redemptive promises will not fail. In both books, it looks a little bit like, from a human perspective, that God's promises might fail. Ruth takes place in the time of the Judges, a time when God's people were in disobedient disarray. Ruth, a Moabitess, a foreigner, married into an Israelite family that basically fell apart. But what we watch in Ruth is God's hand on her, taking her and her mother-in-law, Naomi, back to Bethlehem, and there providing for them abundantly, and through them providing for God's people, actually grafting Ruth, the foreigner, into the lineage that leads to King David and ultimately to Christ. So we're watching the God who promised Abraham that through his seed all the nations of the world would be blessed. That's what's at the heart of the story of Ruth. In Esther, it looks bad too. The whole Jewish race is threatened with annihilation. They have had a great kingdom which has fallen. They survived the exile. There is a remnant that is returned, but they're threatened. And God's hand comes on Esther and her uncle Mordecai, and through them saves God's people and destroys their enemies. What we watch in Esther is the God who promised blessing to his people, a curse to their enemies, and an eternal king to reign forever from their line. These books show indeed remarkable women, but they show the God whose promises, whose redemptive promises, do not fail.